Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pete Plays. This is episode 2 of Pete Plays, and today, on Wednesday, with NES in the middle of the day, I picked another Nintendo Entertainment System game to play around with. This one is Double Dare, which is actually developed by Rare, of all places. I'm just going to have some fun with the questions and see how badly I do during the physical challenges and the obstacle course. And we'll see what happens. So let's give the TV some volume, and let's see how I do. So number of players, obviously 1. I'm gonna pick easy because I'm a wuss. And I will pick. I'll call my team the Dunderheads. And we'll keep this character. And I'm playing against the Crawlers, so we'll see how I do. So, we like to play golf on Double Dare, but we lost our golf balls. You'll have to use eggs. The first team to put 2 eggs into the cup gets control of the questions. Alright, well, let's see. So speed and angle is all what it's about. And I already got 1. 2. I win! Look at that. Must be lucky because I'm recording. Drop the volume a little bit here. Okay. So first question. On which TV show does an immigrant relative come to live with his cousin in the U.S.? Whoops. I really should have picked Perfect Strangers, but I screwed up. I forgot you don't have to buzz in. So Perfect Strangers was right. I'm an idiot. So the Crawlers get control of the board. Princess Stephanie, who was once Rob Lowe's girlfriend, is a princess of which tiny European country? Transylvania, Monaco, or Luxembourg? They picked Transylvania. They're wrong. Come on. Transylvania, really? Alright, moving on. It was Monaco, by the way, if you're keeping score at home. So each of us has 1 incorrect answer so far. Let's see. Which Peanuts character would rather play Beethoven than play with Lucy? Well, I know that one. That's Schroeder. I win $10 of fake money. Alright. Next question. In which country's capital can you take the tube, oh boy, to Trafalgar Square? And that's going to be England. The lube. You can probably tell I'm sitting right next to the TV, so I'm looking at it at an angle. So I'm not necessarily reading all the words the way that they're supposed to be read. A kangaroo rat is which kind of animal? I'll say a gopher. Woo! I'm right. So it's $40 to none. I am ruling right now. Which of these Calvins was a U.S. president? Calvin Klein, Calvin Coolidge, or John Calvin? I'll let you think about that for a minute. Yeah, it's Calvin Coolidge, by the way. I really should dare to try and get into a physical challenge, but I really don't want to. Not yet, anyway. $50 to none. Which colors are in the Canadian flag? Red and white, white and blue, or red? That would be red and white. I am dominating. Again, big surprise. Another $10 question. Which Muppet character lives in a garbage can? We'll try and dare them this time. It's Kermit, Oscar, or Fozzie. Let's see if they get it right. So at this point, when you dare, the other side has to try and answer. They get double the dollars if they're right. and they decide to double dare me back. Now, at this point, I can either answer the question for $40 and take a commanding lead, or I can take the physical challenge. I really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to choose the right answer, which is Oscar, because that'll give me a ton of money. So that's $40 right there, so it's $100 to none. I could have taken the physical challenge. I still might before the round is out. What do we got? What does a styptic pencil do? Does it stop minor bleeding, write invisible messages, or darken women's eyebrows? Let's try the dare again and see what they say. I really should do a physical challenge just to show you what they're like. But who knows? Maybe they'll actually get this question right. Stops minor bleeding. They actually got the right answer. So it's $100 to $20, but they have control of the board. A Hallmark card study showed that which group of people received the most Valentine cards? Mothers, teachers, or ex-wives? Teachers actually was the right answer. That's a good pick. So that's the end of round one. It's $100 to $30. And we go to what's called halftime, which is pretty neat. It simulates a bit of a commercial break while they set up for the next event. Meanwhile, I get to listen to some pretty cool music, stretch out a little bit, maybe grab something to eat. And let's go to round two. So the dollar values are doubled. We like to bowl on Double Dare, but we lost all of our bowling balls. Apparently, these guys have short-term memory loss. You're going to have to use cantaloupes. The first team to knock over all 3 pins wins control of the questions. Alright, I have a little bit more trouble with this event. We'll see how I do. Again, it's a speed angle test. Alright, I got 1. I got 2. And I got all 3. I am the winner once again. You guys are lucky charms, man. The last Let's Play video that I did, or Pete's Play video that I did, I set a couple of personal records, and now, in this, I get both early challenges. Let's see. Which continent is the second largest? Africa, Asia, or North America? That's a good question. I'm going to dare on that one, actually. I think I know, but I'm not sure that I really know, so let's see if they do. So now instead of $20 for the question, it's $40. Africa, they say. And they're right. So now it's $120 to $70, so the computer team is catching up. I'm a little worried. What is an oyster catcher? A fisherman, a bird, or an octopus? They're going to dare. I have a feeling I'm going to be very embarrassed. I'm going to say a fisherman. Ow! I'm wrong. Right answer was a bird. I didn't know that. I probably should have gone to the Double Dare, but I didn't. So, the crawlers have $110 now. They get $40 because I screwed up, and they have control of the board. So this is tighter than I thought. What does the Beaufort wind scale measure? Hot air from talkative people, wind force, or flying time of airplanes? They dare because the question apparently isn't obvious enough. So this time I'm not messing around. We know that it's wind force because wind is in the question. So 160 to 110. Now I have a little bit more breathing room. Which famous automaker established a historical area known as Greenfield Village in Dearborn, Michigan? Henry Ford, Lee Iacocca, or Henry Hyundai? Say Henry Ford. And Hyundai, I always mispronounce that. But anyway, another $20 question. What is a loblolly? A pine tree, a slow baseball pitch, or a lobster-flavored lollipop? The answers make the obvious choice pretty obvious, being pine tree. It's one of the things about this game that's a little bit different from the actual game show is that you don't have multiple choice in a lot of situations, so you really have to know. The first man to fly faster than the speed of sound, was it Chuck Yeager, John Glenn, or Superman? I'm going to say Yeager here. And I got that one right. So 220 to 110. I now have double the amount of dollars. It looks like I'm on my way to victory and to embarrassing myself on the obstacle course. In which city does the story of Mary Poppins take place? Is it London, Montreal, or New York? You said London. You're right. Another $20 of fake money for you. So another $20 question. This round's going on for a while. William Whipple, Francis Lightfoot Lee, and Button Gwinnett are all signed which famous document? The Declaration of Independence, the Magna Carta, the check for E.T.'s phone bill. The funny answer. Let's dare and see if they double dare me back, since we haven't had any physical challenges here. The check for E.T.'s phone bill. I think that's hilarious. Oh, they actually picked the right answer. Oh well. I tried. 240 to 150 and a $20 question. Let's see what they do here. If you are a somnambulist, what would be your problem? Cutting classes at school, chasing ambulances, or walking in your sleep? And they got that one. It's walking in your sleep. 240 to 170 and another $20 question. The game's still going on. Of the 4 U.S. states beginning with A, 3 end in A. With which letter does the 4th one end? S, E, or N? They got it. It's Arkansas. Nice job. 240 to 190. But that's the end of the game, and I hang on for the win over a rather silly computer opponent. Okay. So here come the obstacle course now. Here comes the obstacle course. 8 events. After each little event, you have to grab the flag and pass it to your partner. Now, this plays weird because it plays kind of like track and field or decathlon with a joystick, so you have to go left and right rapidly on your controller to move. So let's try that. Okay. I'm in the hamster wheel. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Moving on. So I got 1 right, or I got through 1 event. Now I gotta crawl through a tube. Then you have to maneuver over to the flag and grab it. Then you run. Okay. I'm making good time here. 30 seconds left. Come on, get through that slime. Alright, 4th flag. Moving on. Okay, 5 events done, 3 to go. 6 events. I think I've only done 7 once. Get up that mountain! Come on! So I got through 7 events, which isn't bad. That's a record for me. I've only been through 6 a couple of times, so that's pretty neat. So I want to watch, a stereo, a pool, a BMX bike, camping gear, a Nintendo Entertainment System, and a TV. A total of $1,900 in prizes, so I did pretty well. Again, that's Double Dare for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And I'll kind of drop the volume a little bit here as we see the credits. Double Dare was a show that I used to watch pretty often when it was on Nickelodeon, and then during the time when Nickelodeon had their Games and Sports or GAS channel, which you could get on cable. I'm a big game show nut. I probably haven't told very many people this. Shows like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right, Chain Reaction, Classic Concentration, Password, all that stuff. Those are games that I really enjoyed growing up and also into my adult life. So games like this, which are basically game show conversions, are some of my very favorites. I have versions of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. as well as a couple of other ones. I saw recently a copy of The Weakest Link for the PlayStation that I came this close to picking up, but I decided against it at the last minute. But this is actually a pretty enjoyable version of the Double Dare game show slash TV show. The questions are fairly easy. They're great for families, especially if you were alive during this time and you remember a lot of these facts. It's pretty easy to breeze through. The physical challenges and the events and then the obstacle course are a little bit of a different story. The control is ranges from inconsistent to just downright difficult, especially for the obstacle course. You have to really kind of hold your controller so that you're able to tap rapidly back and forth on the D-pad, or when you're going up a mountain like the ice cream mountain that you saw, you have to kind of change direction. But then when you're going for the flag, it has to be different because you're actually using the controller to walk the guy over underneath the flag and then pressing the jump button to actually jump up and grab it. So the events are a little bit inconsistent, but as far as the questions, as far as the atmosphere, aside from the fact that the host looks nothing like Mark Summers, it's still a fun game to play, whether it's by yourself or especially with an opponent. So that's Double Dare for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and this has been another episode of Pete Plays. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.